All right, so episode 2 of Creepy Feet. Here I am. Check out my feet. All right, this episode is called Peekaboo. September 1st, 2024. Dear Diary, today me and my family moved out of Miami into a place called St. Francisville, Louisiana. It's part of the Baton Rouge region. It's a small town with barely 2,000 residents. It's nothing like the city, and there's no powdered white sand beaches. I can already tell you that I hate this place. We moved into an old broken down plantation. The house is huge. The land around the house is immense. My older brother Danny and younger brother Samuel like it here. They think the house is out of this world amazing. I think this place is haunted. I don't know why, but walking around this empty house today, I got chills and the unbelievably strong feeling that someone was watching me. I just want to go home. I miss my friends and my school. This blows. I'll never forgive my parents for dragging me out here. I have to go help unload the truck now. I'll check back in later. September 2nd, 2024. Dear Diary, last night sleeping in the house was majorly creepy. The house makes strange noises at night. I tossed and turned, unable to get comfortable in my new room. Danny and Sam had no issues finding a solid night's sleep. My mom keeps telling me the noises are just the house settling. It's an old place after all. I start my new school tomorrow. I hope I can find at least one friend. Have I told you how much I hate this place? I have to go and set the table for dinner. Bye for now. September 3rd, 2024. Dear Diary, school was dreadful. Everything about this small town sucks. The kids here already know each other from kindergarten, and I'm a pariah. Danny and Sam had no issues making friends. The two of them told happy stories of their first day of school at dinner. I'm in bed now, listening to the horrible sounds of the house. There are soft knocks against the walls, and scurrying sounds coming from the ceilings. God, I hope we don't have rats. This house also has a piss poor heating system. It's an old heater that sits in the basement. The fire is supposed to heat the house, but it's still cold. I miss our house on the beach. Well, I'm going to bed. Talk to you tomorrow. September 4th, 2024. Dear Diary, I talked to some kids today from school. They had a lot to say about this house. There are tons of horror stories about this old plantation that everyone in town knows about. Apparently, an entire family was murdered in this house. The family that moved in after that family that was murdered mysteriously disappeared. If I hadn't already thought this house was creepy, I definitely think that now. What if this place has ghosts or demons? The noises at night have become louder and more distinct. I barely get any sleep in this place. My dad started his new job today. His company sent him straight to New Orleans. He's gonna be gone for a while. Anyways, I'm gonna get some sleep. September 5th, 2024. Dear Diary, today was the first day that I spent a few hours alone in the house. My brothers were off doing their after school activities, and my mom was working late. I swear, while I was here alone, I heard a baby crying. The sounds came from inside the walls. It really freaked me out. I told my mom about it when she got home, and she thinks I'm just making up stories. I'm not, though. There was a legit baby crying somewhere in this house. I wish we could just move back home. Why are we here in this stupid little town, in this creepy haunted house? I hate my parents. I'm going to try to get some sleep now. Talk to you tomorrow. September 6, 2024. Dear Diary, I'm home alone again. I heard the baby crying again today. I looked all over the house for it. I even went to the basement and the attic. I found some really weird shit. The attic, for instance, has two chains bolted to the wall and metal cuffs that look like they belonged on someone's ankles. There's also a very small 3-foot tall door in the attic that's locked. I couldn't get the door open no matter how hard I yanked on it. The basement was no better. There is a collection of old furniture from previous owners, all covered with white sheets. There are also shelves full of porcelain dolls. I find more and more reasons to hate this house every day. I just heard my mom pull up the driveway. I'm going to go talk to her about the door I found in the attic. Maybe she has a key. I'll talk to you later. September 7th, 2024. Dear Diary, strange things are happening in this house. Today I left my room for maybe 45 minutes, and when I went back, all my clothes were thrown from the closet onto the floor. I asked my brothers if they did it, and they acted like they had no idea what I was talking about. I think they're both liars. Someone came into my room and trashed it. I didn't hear the baby crying today, but I did hear footsteps coming from inside the attic. I was too scared to investigate. I told my mom about it, and she still doesn't believe me. I truly hate this place. September 10th, 2024. Dear Diary, I think I'm going crazy. Last night, I went downstairs to the kitchen to get some water. I saw a man standing by the sink. I turned away for only a moment to turn on the light. When the light came on, there was no one in the kitchen. The man had just vanished. I didn't get any water. I was too scared to walk fully into the kitchen. What if that man was still there, hiding just out of sight? I ran back into my room and hid under the covers like a 5-year-old. The baby still cries in the middle of the afternoon, and I keep hearing footsteps coming from the attic. If I hear footsteps again, I'll go up there and see what's going on, no matter how scared I might be. September 12th, 2024. Dear Diary, someone broke into our house today. I got home from school to find our front door wide open. I went inside and the whole house was trashed. Things were pulled out of drawers, dishes were smashed in the kitchen, blankets and pillows were shredded and laid out all over the house. I called my mom right away. She told me to stay outside and to call the cops. She got home before the first police car showed up. The police searched the property but didn't find anyone. My brothers and I helped my mom clean up. I'm lying in bed now. It's almost midnight. I can hear the footsteps above me. They keep walking back and forth. It has to be coming from the attic. I don't know how I'm going to get any sleep tonight. I'll talk to you more tomorrow. I'm going to try to sleep now. September 13th, 2024. Dear Diary, I was in the kitchen today looking out the window to the backyard when I saw 3 little kids playing on the edge of the forest. They ran in circles chasing one another. They wore tattered old pajamas and none of the kids had shoes. By the time I got to the back door to get a better look at them, they were gone. I told my mom about it. She said that there is no one close enough to our property to be playing in our backyard. She thinks I'm making stuff up. My brothers now make fun of me. They tease me about the sounds I hear coming from the house. I hate this place. September 15th, 2024. Dear Diary, I'm not alone. Today, both of my brothers were home with me when we all heard the baby begin to cry. Danny ran up to the attic to see if he could find the source of the cries. None of us could find the baby. It really freaked my brothers out. I think they're beginning to believe me about the things happening here. The footsteps still persist above me at night. The knocking on the walls can be heard at all hours now. Something's really wrong with this place. Now all we have to do is convince my mother about all the strange activities. I'm going to bed. Talk to you later. September 17th, 2024. Dear Diary, Sam is missing. We all woke up this morning and he was nowhere to be found. Police have been in our house all day. No one can find him. I think that whatever is in the house took him. The spirits or demons, whatever it is, came in the middle of the night and drug him away. My mom is hysterical, and my dad is coming home from New Orleans. Everyone is beside themselves. None of this feels real. I hope Sam is okay wherever he is. I hope he's still alive. I can hear my mom crying from her room. I can also hear the footsteps coming from the attic. I hate this house. September 21st, 2024. Dear Diary, Sam still hasn't been found. I could have sworn I heard him calling out for help from somewhere inside the house today. Danny and I tore this place apart searching for his cries. We found nothing. My dad is home now, and he holds my mom while she cries into his chest every night. I still have hope that Sam is alive and well. I have hope that he will come back home at any day now. The police just think he ran away back to Miami. My mom thinks that's bullshit. Sam's only 13 after all. Wherever he is, I hope he is still okay. September 22nd, 2024. Dear Diary, I saw a woman in the basement today. I was going down there to throw some dirty clothes in the washer machine, and I saw her standing next to all the dolls, playing with them. She was tall and dirty. She had long knotted hair and wild, wide eyes. She saw me and she screamed at the top of her lungs. I dropped my laundry basket and sprinted up the stairs. I ran out of the house and called 911. The police searched the entire property, never finding the strange, dirty woman I saw in the basement. My mom is embarrassed. She thinks I'm making up stories. The footsteps still persist every night from the attic, but I haven't heard the baby cry recently. I feel like I'm going crazy. I miss Sam. I'm going to bed. I'll talk to you later. September 24th, 2024. Dear Diary, I'm done with this freaking house. Last night while I was asleep, I thought I felt something licking my hand. I opened my eyes and looked over the edge of my bed. As soon as the mattress creaked against the metal frame, whatever was licking my hand scurried on all fours into my dark closet. I sprinted to my parents' room, hysterical. My dad checked my closet, but there was nothing there. He thinks I'm just having a nightmare. No freaking way. I was wide awake when I saw that thing crawl into my closet. I still shiver as I think about its tongue licking the back of my hand. Something is seriously wrong with this house. We aren't alone living here. September 25th, 2024. Dear Diary, today Danny said he saw Sam in the woods in the backyard. He chased after him but lost him in the trees. I don't think it was really Sam. I think it was someone else who took Sam's face. Danny tried to tell my mom about it, but she just grew furious with him. She got so mad that she started to cry. She locked herself in the room for the rest of the day. I don't think Sam is alive anymore. Wherever he is, I hope he found peace. September 27th, 2024. Dear Diary, last night I heard a woman whispering my name. The voice was coming from my closet. I was too scared to get up and turn on the light, so I just hid under my covers. I heard the woman leave my closet and walk to the foot of my bed. I could see her outline through my sheets. She stood there forever and then retreated back into my closet. I checked my closet this morning and there was no one there. There was no evidence that anyone had been there. Maybe I'm just going crazy. I won't bother telling my mom or dad. They won't believe me anyways. I have to go to school now. I'll talk to you later. September 28th, 2024. Dear Diary, Danny heard noises coming from the attic today. He went up there to investigate. When he came back down, he just shrugged. He didn't find anything. He thought it was Sam. He thinks all the noises in the house are coming from Sam. My dad is back from New Orleans from work, and my mom, well, she doesn't leave her room anymore. I can hear her crying. Everyone here is losing it. I'm convinced that there are spirits haunting us in this house. I know they are watching us. I just want to go back home. I hate this place. I miss Sam. September 30th, 2024. Dear Diary, I found something today. I saw those kids playing in our backyard again, and I went outside to find out where they came from. I ran after them through the trees of the forest. They laughed and kept looking back at me. I lost them after a while, but as I was walking in the woods, I found a cellar door. Out in the middle of nowhere, there was 2 doors in the middle of the ground. I tried to open them, but they wouldn't budge. I'm going to take Danny out there tomorrow and see if he can get the doors open. I barely notice the footsteps anymore, and the knocking on the walls is like white noise. I'm going to bed. I'll talk to you later. October 1st, 2024. Dear Diary, I took Danny out of the cellar doors to the middle of the woods. He got the doors open. There was a ladder that went down a hole in the dark tunnel. Danny and I went down the hole and followed the tunnel. For miles we walked, bent down awkwardly through the tunnel. You'll never guess where it led. We ended up coming through a hole in the wall of our basement. We were both completely freaked out. Who built this tunnel to the middle of the woods? Were people still using this tunnel to get into our house? Danny showed my mom the hole in the wall. She said she was going to get someone in the house tomorrow to close up the hole. I don't think that'll make much of a difference. If someone or something wants to get into our house, I don't think a little plaster and wood is going to stop it. October 4th, 2024. Dear Diary, Danny, he's gone. He heard noises coming from the basement today. We went downstairs to see what it was and saw someone climbing through the wall and entering the tunnel. Danny ran after the man. He's been gone for hours and he still isn't back. I'm scared to tell my mom. I'll wait a little longer to see if he comes back or not. If he doesn't, I'll tell my mom what happened. October 5th, 2024. Dear Diary, Danny never came back. As soon as I told my mom what happened, she called the police. The police looked all over the tunnel and in the woods with no sign of him. My mom is losing it. My dad's coming home again. This can't be happening. First Sam and now Danny. Something had taken both of them. I'm terrified. I don't want to stay here anymore. I'm sleeping with my mom tonight. I'm too scared to be by myself. We are getting a search party together tomorrow to keep looking for Danny. I hope we find him. October 7th, 2024. Dear Diary, we found Danny today. He was strung up by his neck in a tree. His hands were tied behind his back and his ankles were tied together. His face was so busted and mutilated you could barely tell it was him. My mother hasn't stopped crying since we found his body. My dad is preparing everything for the funeral. I can't believe this is happening. Sam still hasn't been found. My mom still thinks he's alive. I know better. No way after all this time is my baby brother still alive and well. This place is a curse. My family is the talk of the town. Everyone at school points and whispers about me. No one will come near me. They think that by talking to me, they'll get cursed as well. I wouldn't doubt it. This place has been a true hell. October 9th, 2024. Dear Diary, my mom has been acting very strangely. For the last couple of nights, I've been woken up by the front door slamming shut. I got downstairs to find her on the porch in her pajamas, screaming out for both her sons. She does this for hours. She cries and screams, and then she goes back inside, goes upstairs back to her room, and doesn't come out until the next night. I sit on the porch with her. She doesn't register that I'm there or just doesn't care, but she doesn't acknowledge me. My dad still goes to work, and I still go to school, so my mom stays home alone all day. I'm getting worried about her. I hope she doesn't do something drastic. It's midnight now, and I can hear the front door slam shut. I'm gonna go sit with my mom. I'll talk to you later. October 12th, 2024. Dear Diary, today was Danny's funeral. It was a nice service. Family flew in from Florida to pay their respects. My aunts have been cooking in the kitchen all day. My uncles have been keeping my dad busy, and my mom locked herself in the room the moment we got home. She barely made it through the funeral today. She didn't stop crying once. My cousins are running all over the place right now, and I can hear my dad calling for me. I have to go. October 13th, 2024. Dear Diary, it's 3:30 in the morning. My mom just went back to her room, and right now all I can hear is someone running upstairs above me. No shit, they are sprinting back and forth rapidly. I've never heard footsteps like this before. Now it sounds like there are two people up there. There are a lot of thuds. Shit, it sounds like a fight. I don't want to wake my parents up. How could they not hear what's happening right now? I don't want to go to sleep. What the fuck is that? Everything stopped. It's quiet now. Holy shit, I can hear someone walking down the attic stairs. They are in the hallway. They are right outside my door. October 14th, 2024. Dear Diary, last night was scary as hell. Whatever was in the attic came right to my door. They didn't come in. I hid under the covers until I heard them walk away. I asked my dad if he heard any of what I heard, and he said no. I'm convinced there is someone or people living in my house. I want to get the fuck out of here. My mom is still acting strange. She doesn't eat. She doesn't talk to anyone. She just locks herself in a room until around midnight. Then she goes outside and starts screaming. She looks terrible. She's lost a lot of weight. My dad tries to make her eat, but there's no getting through to her. I wish there was something I can do. I feel so helpless. My dad is never around, and I'm alone most of the time these days. I miss my brothers. I cry a lot. I'm going to try to get some sleep. I'll talk to you later. October 21st, 2024. Dear Diary, a lot has happened since I spoke to you last. My mom is in the hospital. I found her 3 days ago in an overflowing bathtub with her wrist slit all the way up her forearms. I called an ambulance right away before calling my dad at work. My dad got home before the ambulance arrived. My mom's alive, but she's still in the hospital. My dad tells me he doesn't know when she'll be back home. She isn't well. I wish my brothers were here. I feel so alone. There's something gravely wrong with this house. It's the house's fault this is happening. It's the curse. I wish I could just burn the whole place to the ground. My dad is letting me take some time off school, and he took some time off work. I guess we're going to be spending more time together. I'm going to bed now. Talk to you later. October 24th, 2024. Dear Diary, my dad caught someone in our house today. It was a teenage boy. He had overgrown knotted hair, filthy skin, and torn clothes that were too small for him. I'll never forget what he smelled like. He pulled out of the house. We pulled up from the house from being in town all day, and my dad saw the front door open. I watched him run inside. He then screamed and ran through the house. Before I knew it, he was dragging the boy from inside our house to the outside. The police came and took him away. They have no idea who he is, which is odd, this being such a small town and all. I think he's been living in the house. I think he has something to do with Sam's disappearance and Danny's death. I didn't hear footsteps or knocking today. The house is oddly quiet. It makes me uneasy. My dad's calling me down for dinner. I'll talk to you later. October 26, 2024. Dear Diary, last night I heard a child playing peekaboo in my closet. Its small voice going, "Peekaboo, I see you," and then laughing. It was terrifying. I sprang out of bed and ran to my closet. I switched on the light and didn't see anything. I kept the light on for the rest of the night and stared at my closet until the sun came up. I'm so tired. My dad and I are going to the hospital to see my mom today. I can't wait to see her. I miss her. Anyways, I gotta go. I'll talk to you later. October 28th, 2024. Dear Diary, I followed some noises today coming from the tiny door in the attic. It sounded like people talking to each other. I couldn't make out what they were saying, but there were definitely people behind that door. I'm determined to get it open. I'll let you know what I find. October 29th, 2024. Dear Diary, I still haven't gotten the little door open. I've looked everywhere for a key of sorts, and I can't find anything. I'm about to break it down. I'm obsessed with finding the answers to this house. My dad goes back to work tomorrow. I think that's when I'll break the door down. I'll let you know how it goes. November 1st, 2024. Dear Diary, we moved out of the house. I should start by saying I got the little door open. There was a small crawl space behind the door. I got a flashlight and went inside. From that door, I could move behind all the walls of our house. I found tons of dead animals, all half eaten. The smell back there was unlike anything I've smelled before. I followed the hallways to a large room behind one of the walls in the living room. It was full of people. There was one woman, two teenage girls, a man, two young men, and a baby. As soon as my light touched them, they all scurried in different directions. I got the hell out of there and called my dad right away. When he found the people, he called the cops. There's no telling how long they've been living there. The police did a more thorough search of the hallways behind the walls, and they ended up finding Sam, half's eaten body. The people in the walls took my little brother, and they ate him. They also had to be the ones that killed Danny. We're all staying in a hotel right now in town, but my dad is looking at houses back in Miami. I'm glad we're going home. All right, that is the end of episode 2, Peekaboo. This is me. This is my feet. I'm hanging out in my closet to get away from my kids. But this was fun. I hope you're back for episode 3.